They've done the right thing. And you know, the Bible tells us to be ye not weary in well-doing. And that just means don't get tired of doing the right thing. And I'd like to think that everybody up here in this room today is here because you want to do the right thing. I doubt any of you is here because of the money or the salary. You elected to try to be voted into this position up here because you want to see Barren County continue to be a great place for kids, your grandkids to grow up, and I commend you for that. And I just, you know, people can believe it or not, but I really did pray before I come here today, and I asked God to give me a few words to say. And He told me to give you all a word of encouragement, to keep on doing the right thing, you know, the good thing, and be good to people and treat them like you'd want to be treated. So, you know, I just want to take a few minutes here, this opportunity to say thank you to Barren County for what you've done for me and my family, and certainly thank God for the opportunity to be here today. So if you bow your head with me, we'll pray. Dear Heavenly Father, as we look to you today, we're not ashamed to beg you for your help. We want to thank you, God, that we're able to be here this morning and that we live in this great country where we have freedom to speak. We have freedom to go and serve you and worship you the way that we want to. And we're thankful, Lord, for Barren County and this community and the ones that's living here and working here. And Lord, we can say with an honest heart that it's a great place to be this morning, certainly a great place to live and raise a family. And we know we owe it all to you for that. We ask you, God, to help these that's here in this county government, Lord, that make decisions today and any day that they gather in this room, that they'll always remember that even though they do owe it to those that voted them in to try to please them and to make decisions they'll be happy with, if they'll remember what the Word of God teaches us, and it's better to obey God than man, and help them to make decisions that first and foremost you'd be pleased with, and we know that's what will be best for our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren to come. We thank you for all that you do, all that you've given us. Help us to, every day we get up out of bed, realize we're able to get up and go and do the things we want because you allow us to. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Brother Harvey.
If everyone could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to start today with a proclamation recognizing January the 20th, 2025 as Martin Luther King Day. We actually did this on Friday here in the Fiscal Court, but we'll go ahead and read the proclamation that was designated as yesterday. Whereas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a visionary leader who devoted his life to the pursuit of equality, justice, and civil rights for all people. And whereas Dr. King's nonviolent approach to social change and his advocacy for racial equality helped guide the nation toward greater understanding and fairness. And whereas Martin Luther King Jr. Day serves as an opportunity for all citizens to reflect upon the core values of unity, peace, and brotherhood that Dr. King championed throughout his life. And whereas this day reminds us of the work still to be done to ensure that Dr. King's dream of equality and justice is realized in every corner of our nation and in our communities. And whereas the citizens of Barren County are encouraged to honor Dr. King and his memory and his legacy through acts of service, reflection, and commitment to fostering a more inclusive and just society. Now, therefore, I, Jamie Bewley Bird, Judge Executive of Barren County, do hereby proclaim January 20th, 2025 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day in Barren County, and call upon all residents to participate in the appropriate observances, activities, and service projects to honor Dr. King's memory, and to continue the work of equality. And witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of Barren County to affix this day. Which was, you know, it's already declared that day, but it's a great memory to sit back and reflect and appreciate everything that had brought us up to this point. We were off on yesterday in county government, but there was a celebration at the church, and I think we had some representatives there. Helena attended that as well, and the march was canceled due to the extreme temps. I've done the march a few times, and it's impressive to be a part of, because we actually marched from the courthouse to the church. So and I really think that we have, and on top of just Martin Luther King events, we always have great events here in Barren County to appreciate all of these things that we should as a nation. The next thing up, adoption of the orders of the day. Need to approve the invoice from Terry's Fencing for $9,695. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Kramer, motion by Pettigo. This is basically the same invoice we've already approved. It just went up, I think, $400, so we're just having to reapprove it to make sure we can get that additional expense in there. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from KCJEA for $1,750 for registration fees. Need a motion and a second. Motion by Kramer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. This is basically to pay for the attendees to go to the 43rd Annual KCJEA Winter Conference. I will tell you this, that it is a great opportunity for magistrates as well as myself to interact with other counties. So I need a motion and a second. So we already did a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. The other thing we need to do, too, in our adoption of the orders of the day is the alcohol license credit. Since I need a motion and a second before I need a motion and a second to approve the payment of the fees back to basically the vendors who have paid this, totaling $61,900 that will come out of the ABC monies. I need a motion and a second before I can discuss.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Botts. Second by, I think Brad got you, I think Marty. Second by Mr. Gross. So basically, again, by attending events and reaching out and talking to other counties, we had our ABC coordinator. I'm the coordinator, but the administrator, he went to the event and was talking to some other counties. And actually, we found out that we were, as a county, supposed to be reimbursing the fee that the vendors would pay each year to sell alcohol in Barren County if they sold more than the fee amount. So he came back, we looked at it, we talked to KCO, we talked to legal in Frankfurt, and we did determine that, yes, we as a county should have been doing that. The city, actually, ABC, had been doing that since they started. So I felt it was right that we make it right. And we actually went back to when it started in 2017 is when ABC became effective in the county. And we went back and we totaled how much fees were collected. And they put a lot of time into this to figure out how much each person needed to be returned. Mr. Joey Cruz did a great job on this, and I feel like it's the right thing to do. It's not just the right thing to do, it's the legal thing that we have to do. So we are returning the license fee to anyone that paid fees larger than that license fee from 2017 to 2024. These funds are coming out of the ABC monies, which ABC monies basically are the funds that are collected from the alcohol beverage sales in Barren County. And so it's not coming out of our general funds. These are monies that these people paid in that went into that too. So now that we know how to do things correctly, we're going to do this from here on out. So the total is, out of all these, is $61,900, but this motion and second gives us the authority to make this right. So we'll do, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Good call, because it's the legal, that's what we have to do. So, thank you. Welcome. Thank you all so much for coming today. I will tell you, I don't know if you all are, I'm excited. I just got back from D.C. yesterday, and the excitement in D.C., I hope reflects even in Barren County. I've seen a lot of posts. It was just historic and everything that we were a part of this past weekend, and we were so welcomed by Senator McConnell's office, as well as Brett Guthrie's office and Jamie Comer's office. And, Barren County was talked about a lot, I will guarantee you that, while we were in D.C., and it's pretty awesome to be a part and have the invitation that we got. And I was telling Steve Riley last night, it's really, to have those connections that we do have, there's a lot of things we're going to get here in Barren County. So I'm thankful for all of my friendships and everyone that's been great to me as county judge. And thank you to everyone for backing me on that. And like I said, it was just historic. I couldn't quit smiling yesterday. Honestly, it was just unreal to experience it. So Do we have any upcoming events that I don't know of after this? Is there any upcoming events on the square? Just it's cold, wear your jacket, basically? I mean, there's not many events in the winter here. That's what I do have a problem with that. But, so there's no upcoming events aside from some good high school basketball. So just, I think the Glasgow Barren game is this Friday night. It's at Barren County High School. So just make sure everybody come out there this Friday night. So, that's what I talked about. Mr. Harston and I were talking about earlier. Mr. Harston's niece is a pretty good Allen County basketball player, and it's kind of fun to watch them kind of go at each other and play. My daughter and his niece, and but Glasgow and Barren County and Allen County, it's kind of like Glasgow Barren. I mean, it really is. So just make sure everyone comes out and supports these athletes on Friday night, 6 o'clock. So, any other announcements that I'm not knowing about that's coming up in the next month? Anybody? Look in the room. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, next up, reports. Need to approve the county judge executive, Need to approve the minutes of the December 30th, 2024 meeting. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Durham. Second by Mr. Gross. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So we've done the announcements, reports. I need to approve the county monthly financial report for December 2024, subject to audit. Need a motion and a second. Motion by Kinslow.
Second.
Second by Durham. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the county attorney monthly settlement report for December 2024. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer.
Second.
Second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. County clerk. Need to approve the county clerk December 2024 fee report. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Botts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the county clerk updated December 2024 excess fees. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the county clerk 2024 fourth quarterly report. I need a motion and a second. Motion by Gross.
Second.
Second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Moving to the sheriff's report. Need to approve the sheriff's December 2024 fee report subject to audit. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Kinslow. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to acknowledge the receipt of I can't say that word. Help me on this one. Quietus? Okay, quietus, that's different. For tax year 2022. I need a motion and a second.
Motion, Judge.
Motion by Durham. I'll let you make that one next time. We need a second.
Second.
Second by Kinslow. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to acknowledge the sheriff's official receipt for property tax bills for 2024 limestone, sand, and gravel. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo. Second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to acknowledge the sheriff's official receipt for property tax bills for 2024 oil property. Need a motion and a second. Motion by Coomer.
Second.
Oh, that was a lot. Who's going to claim that one? I think that might have been Pettigo. I'll give Pettigo the second on that one. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the sheriff's fee settlement for 2024. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by, was that Botts? I need a sec,
Durham.
Durham. Durham got that motion. I think Gross got the second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the sheriff's final budget for 2024. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Kinslow. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Last one. Approve the sheriff's quarterly report. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Botts. Second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now into our reports. Building inspector. And he's not here today. Okay. They're busy. Yeah, going on. Yeah. Well, I will say the building inspector is now in his new offices, right? Everything's moving over there at the new development center. Me and Mr. Shirley talked about that this morning. We don't need to call it the BCDC. It's the Development Center, which is the old U.S. Bank building. But if you need anything with property or building or anything like that, developments, you can now go to the second floor of the Development Center, right on the corner here on the square. So we are closing out on that project. Next up, corner.
Good morning, folks. Good to see y'all. 2025, gonna be a lot of good things coming this year. I just feel it. Like the judge said yesterday, it was a pretty energizing time, wasn't it? Hopefully you have a copy of my 2024 report in your packets. We had a total of 160 death investigations. Of those 160, 104 of those were scene investigations, and 56 were in the emergency room, cath lab, hospital setting. 2023 total, just to give us some comparison, was 169 investigations. 2022 was 180. So hopefully we're trending downward. We would sure like to continue doing that. To date, for January, we have had 14 death investigations. Unfortunately, we lost a Barren County in a house fire yesterday morning. It's always just a sad situation. And if you look down on your paper, you will see how some of it's broken down through the year with natural deaths was 127, accidental deaths was 26, and I'll break down those accidental deaths into the categories of their cause and manner. Looking forward to 2025, getting our new office up and going. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you, Judge. I appreciate everything we've done to get this going. This new office for the Barren County Coroner will last long after we're all gone. So hopefully we get to use it someday.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Thank y'all. Any questions?
Great job.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, County Clerk. I think you should wear the glasses from here on out, though.
Oh, what, the Christmas
The
ones?
Christmas ones,
I
yeah.
know. I should have got Valentine's ones or something. Maybe next month. Snowmen. Pretend these are snowmen.
Okay.
They're not, but something happened to me and I can't see anymore. I don't know what it was. Well, good morning, everybody. I know y'all love for me to get up here and talk a long time, so I'll do the best I can. Just joking, Tim. He's so grouchy. All right, so I'm going to say, now that you're laughing, we're going to talk about excess fees. For the month of December, we turned over just over $85,000. We're off a little bit from our projected budget. We're going to say it real fast for the difference of $69,000. We're hoping that we're going to scratch up a little bit more before we do our settlement that will be paid by March 15th, 25. For the projected fees that we're hoping to turn over for 2025 is 1.4 million and some change. You know, usage tax was down over 200,000, so people just weren't buying new cars for some reason last year. But you know, things are looking up. Where did the coroner go? He didn't want to hear my spiel. I'm so sad, Tim. I'm sad you left me. He's probably in there taking a nap. So people weren't buying new cars, but hopefully for 2025 they will. We'll get that back up. And people slowed down on getting married last year. We're off a little bit on marriage license. I know. So maybe they'll find love and get married, and we'll get some more money from that. And then property. We're just down on deed transfers. But everything's looking up. People are going to find some money, buy new cars, get married, and buy houses. So we're excited for this year. Later on in new business, I had put a little something on there about fraud alert, Kentucky fraud alert. It's something that we are looking into very aggressively for property fraud alerts in Barren County. A few other counties in the state, maybe a handful, 2 handfuls, have a program already in place. And here in Barren County, I really would like to have something in place for our constituents. So basically what this would be a service, a free service to residents of Barren County that would notify the individuals whose names have been indexed from a document that we've recorded here in the clerk's office, and it would allow them to know that if if they have registered their personal property or their business name, it's monitored, and it would let them know of a possible fraudulent activity. So basically, the Property Fraud Alert Program would allow for free subscriptions for our customers, as I said, and it would be done through our website. And if anything was submitted, like say a title transfer, a property deed transfer, came through. So any activity that we record under that individual's personal name, however they register their name or their business name, then it would send out a notification to the subscriber, so the county resident. And you can get it, you can set it up for a text message, a phone call, or an email, just one of those three ways. When I talked with one of my friends up in Bullitt County, the county clerk there, he told me you can actually go on and register 3 different times if you want to get 3 different alerts. This is something that I know lots of folks sit home, watch the news, and they hear about, like Life Alert, not Life Alert, Life, what's it called, LifeLock or
Like
something?
clock.
LifeLock, is that it?
I am a
Do you have
member
it?
of that now.
Okay, so,
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah, he
because I have been a victim of identity theft in the last year.
okay, so.
It is a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. And we don't want, if there's anything that we can do to prevent situations here in Barren County, we want to do those things. We would use our storage fee money that we already have. We collect, there's a storage fee for every document that we record in Barren County and all across the state. And we can only use that money for specific things. And we could use it for fraud alert systems. And we would put it on our website. Of course, we'll share with the media and everything once we got everything set up so people could go on there and register. We had one situation last year. It didn't ever make it to us here at the clerk's office to record, but it was an event with a piece of property like towards the lake, and an individual out of Illinois, which it wouldn't be bizarre for someone in another state to own property down around the lake, because we have lots of that, and they were trying to sell a piece of land in this subdivision that they didn't own. And they had realtors involved. The realtors did not live in our county, and they had a title company involved that did live in our county. And the individuals that were purchasing, and I hope I'm not confusing all the details of this, but basically, I mean, the money was in hand. It hadn't been transferred to the seller, the fraudulent seller, who basically had gone as far to create a fraudulent driver's license for Illinois with the name, you know. So there's a lot of details. It's crazy, but to think that could have happened here in Barren County. It was just some things like they were in Illinois and the notary was in Texas. Things just didn't match up, and thank goodness the title company was questioning it and finally figured out it was fraud. But that could have happened here. We don't want that, because we want to do everything we can to protect our residents of Barren County. So the reason I'm kind of pausing is because the vendor that I was going to go with is called Fiddler. They sent me this agreement late, I think it was Thursday, Shanda, was it Thursday, late Thursday when I got it? And this is the company that the other counties are using. I only know about 2 to 3. So I think this year we'll see a lot of county clerks across the state go ahead and get on board. But our vendor, Software Management, that we already have a contract with, and they are in charge of our recordings, all of a sudden they've been running a pilot that we didn't know anything about, and they're going to offer the service at no cost to us. So I need to talk with them a little more, so I'm just pausing this, but I told them, you know, I'll hold off, but I want something in place by next month. So I just want y'all to know about this and know that if I do come back and ask for to use those fees, it's expensive. It's $10,000 for the installation and then $2,500 annually. But again, it's no cost to the customer, to our residents of Barren County. And we have the fees. It's fees that we can do nothing else with, storage fee money. So it won't affect the budget at all. We already got it. So, all right, y'all. Any questions? Just know we want to do the most, keep everybody safe. I hate for something like that to happen, and we could have had this in place and didn't.
So you say people will have to register?
They will. And on the website, so we have an awesome website that I'm sure you've already been on. Yes. And there'll be like, we'll put a tab there. It'll be a box. I've already went on Bullitt County Clerk's website and looked at his. It'll literally say like fraud alert. And our customers would click on that, and we'll go through exactly how to do it. I'll do my Facebook Lives and all that stuff. And you click on it and just register. And you can type your name any way. Like, I might just put Helena Chase, and I might Helena Chase Birdwell. However, I may have ever titled something or recorded a document in Barren County. I would want to list all that, or whatever my company, my business name was. And you can go in and, like I said, if you want to do it 3 different times, that way you can get a phone call, a text, and an email, because it only allows you to pick one option. But Bullitt County Clerk Kevin Mooney's like, he said, I went in and done it 3 different ways so I could get all 3 notifications.
So there will be other ways for people that don't have internet?
If they don't have internet and they would like to do this, I would just encourage them to either have, so let's say, for example, our elderly. We want to protect our elderly. Like, my daddy is going to be 84 years old this weekend. He does not have the internet. So he would call up his daughter, and I would do it for him. Or if he didn't have someone, or someone else didn't have someone, they could call me, and I'll help them. Or our recordings department, we can help them if you don't have someone else that can. But I know we do have people that aren't going to have internet access, or not be familiar or comfortable with going on to a website. But we do have to get people registered once we get it in place or signed up. Okay?
Thank you.
I saw your dad Friday at Miss Betty's.
Oh, Lord, yes. If you'd like to see him, he's there on Friday,
Well,
every day.
he was giving major compliments to our road department
Oh,
about the way they handle the snow and ice.
Yes, I
It
would
was.
love to give a great compliment to the road department. I love to be able to get out that Harry King Road to see my horses when there's a big snow at ice storm. So great job to them. I was so impressed. The roads were awesome.
Yep.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Mr. Shirley.
Morning, Court.
Good
Morning.
Morning.
Of course, we've spoke about this before. Our report is always a month behind because we have to wait for our figures to come in. So I have the end of the year figures from last year totaled up. We'll go ahead and do the month of December first for our crews. Our road crews went out and traveled 58.6 miles, picked up 312 bags of trash, 9 tires, 15 wildlife, and worked 5,888 inmate hours. But the total for the year, they covered 1,510 miles in Barren County. They picked up 8,320 bags of trash, 229 tires, 233 wildlife, put in 72,552 inmate hours. And I always base that off of $15 an hour. At $15 an hour, they saved the county last year alone $1,088,280, including the trash and not counting the tires or the wildlife, but just the trash and some of the dump sites that they go and help with. They picked up 123,820 pounds of trash off our roadways. So I'm very proud of our crews and the work they do. So, any questions for me?
No, they've been great, especially with everything we needed with the development center and some
that-
stuff they've helped with on top
They
of
don't
that.
even count the demolition work that they've done and the painting that they've done and the cleaning they've done. That goes
Yeah.
into the inmate hours, but
Yeah.
those days that they're doing that, that's
And the
other days that trash ain't
courthouse
done.
lawn, they've helped out a ton there too, so I really appreciate it.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, Parks and Rec, he has the flu. Do you want to say anything? Okay. By the way, I think the flu is upon it's kind of, every time I talk to somebody, somebody's got the flu, so everybody needs to.
And his
Take
birthday is
vitamins.
Thursday, so I hope he feels better. So here's what he would like for me to share with you all, Court. Good morning. Just let the court know that the 2025 spring registration will open this week. Information will be posted on our Facebook and website. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope it gets
So
better.
sign up for the spring league. We'll start this week. All right. Okay, next up will be the road department. Before you start, great job. I mean, I've gotten so much positive from the way we've handled the last few storms. Just wonderful job.
And that kind of speaks volume to the group I got down there.
the equipment, the whole 9 yards. I mean, yeah, we had 3 snows. It turned winter. I guess we'll use a sports analogy, different season. The calendar said winter, here it come. But temperatures were fair. I mean, they're a lot better than what they are today, so that helped us out. We were able to pre-treat more than we've ever done before.
I got a lot of compliments on that.
I mean, we about hit
I do.
every county road, and that helped. And that helped this past weekend because it was still residue on the roads, so it made us quicker, you know. So, like I say, can't say enough about my group.
Yeah, great job.
That's about all I have. Thank you all.
Good job.
Okay, next up, Sheriff.
Well, good morning, Court.
Good morning.
Most things on my side are kind of business as usual. Our calls are down just a little bit. We're a little under 1,000 CADs for this month, so somewhere around 900 and some, which is normal for the colder months. We were pretty well blessed, not only with the weather, but with the road department's quick action too, because our weather-related accidents were minimal due to a variety of things. I guess early warning and good road work and people just listening to the advice to stay home. So we had a few, but not many, not like of years past. To add a little bit to what Helena brought up, I'm sure probably everybody in this room has been plagued by scams probably in the last 30 or 60 days. Just a warning of that, we're going to put out some stuff on the Facebook page and the website and stuff, but the predominant ones that are running right now are the Publishers Clearinghouse thing. Unfortunately, we've had some residents in the county that have been kind of hooked on that. Anytime somebody tells you to send a fee in to claim your prize money, hey, it's a scam. We also have some with the UPS is sending some stuff out. UPS is not doing it. I mean, it's a fraudulent UPS thing. Also, there's a couple of more about, hey, you got an unpaid parking ticket, and hey, you need to show up, or we're going to, no. Also, RiverLink, that's been a
saw that one.
popular one here lately. Be real cautious of that. Obviously, if you haven't crossed I-65 northbound into Indiana, you probably don't have a fee. The last time I saw RiverLink, they would send you a photograph of your vehicle with the license plate in the photograph. So these scammers haven't been doing that. So that's clue number one. So anyway, just to kind of bring that to light, we're going to send out some more information on it later on, but be aware of those peoples or persons that are asking for money up front, or especially gift cards, things of that nature, alternate payment methods. So, any questions for me? Go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, committees. The Administrative and Budget Committee meeting was canceled. Mr. Kinslow, do you have anything?
Not at this time, no.
Okay, I was trying to see, Mr. Kinslow, though, we didn't have the meeting, but we need to talk about the lobbyists?
We can if
I don't
If you
see it.
wanna-
The reason why I don't see it, the reason why I brought it up is I don't see it on the list of items to discuss. So if you want to talk about that, we can. I'm not saying we have to start it right now, but I think that might be the time you might need to discuss this.
Yeah, we briefly discussed at our last month's budget committee meeting. What it is, we're wanting to eventually hire a lobbyist who asks for money for Barren County for projects that we may be wanting to do in the future. This is where you're spending a little bit of money to get somebody to be there to speak to people in Congress to ask for money to come back for us to use locally, and usually you're talking about large amounts of money you get back for a very small fee for them just, representing you there is basically what that is. I'm just giving you the overview of it. If Judge Byrd would like to go
Yeah.
into detail, right now about some projects that we're hoping to get funding for. She knows a lot more about that than I do, so.
Okay, so yeah, basically this is a DC lobbyist that I've been connected to. We have two projects that truly qualify for federal funds. One project is the expansion of our water treatment plant here in Glasgow, which will actually help out Allen County as well. It will help out not just Allen, it could even help out Edmonson County. It can help out even into Warren counties through Allen County. But we will actually be selling that water. So, you know, it's a mechanism for the county and Glasgow Water to make monies off those sales as well. But the water treatment expansion would actually benefit those areas, but also just it's going to be a need because you've got areas that are kind of maxed to capacity for water, as well as they don't have. We're very blessed here in Glasgow to have in Barren County what we have with Glasgow Water. This is just an expansion opportunity for us to be able to help other communities as well as profit off the sale of that. And it does qualify for federal monies. And the other project is the Ag Expo Center for Cave City, because it is ag connected and it can offer some opportunities for the community. It does qualify for federal monies. Those are the two projects that I would have the lobbyists lobby for us. Glasgow Water Company has approved to pay $2,000 of the fee each month, and Allen County, because it's deemed a regional project and it will benefit them as much as it will Barren County, will be giving $500. They'll be actually paying for the water once we get it going. So that, you know, they said they would do $500 as their commitment, and then the county of Barren would do $2,000. That's where I've said the max would be. So if we want to go ahead and move forward with that, we could do a motion in a second. I do not plan to start the lobbying contract with him until probably next month anyway, just because I wanted to kind of get the inauguration, everything over with, and things moving. So I'll leave that up to the court if you want to go ahead and start that. So
I would like to make a motion that we go ahead and approve this money for the lobbyist. For our part, I believe he said we'd be looking at $2,000 a month.
Yeah, it's $2,000 a month basically is the lobby fee.
And that's
for the
our
for the two projects.
contribution. So we're not even paying for half of the amount.
Correct.
So I will make a motion that we do that.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor by Mr. Kinslow.
I second.
Second by Mr. Botts. Discussion.
Judge, I just gonna say I don't have enough information to vote yes yet.
Okay, that's fine. We have met with this lobbyist. I've had the Glasgow Water meet with them, as well as Allen County and Hart County met with the lobbyist on it. So, okay, we will do let's do a roll call vote on that one. That's fine.
Jeff Botts,
Yes.
Derek Pettigo,
Yes.
Tim Durham,
Yes.
Tim Coomer,
No.
Marty Kinslow,
Yes.
Ronnie Stinson is absent, Brad Gross,
Yes.
All right, motion carries. I'll proceed with that project. I'll get the contract before I sign for you all to review as well, and I've got it in my email, but I need him to update it as well, just for dates and everything, so, because he sent it back to me before the inauguration, and I did not want to start before the inauguration, so. But I'll get that to you all before I sign, but I'll just give him the approval that we are moving forward to at least say that we will commit the 2,000, but not sign the contract. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? Okay, sounds good. Next up will be the Building and Property Committee.
Yes, we had our monthly meeting this morning at 8 a.m. here at the Fiscal Court Government Center. And myself, Tim Coomer, Ronnie Stinson was with us on the phone, listening in on our meeting this morning. We had a status update on the Barren County Development Center, which you've heard a little bit about that in some of the other reports that a lot of divisions are getting in there. We're looking with the Garland's report, probably within the next month, it'll be pretty well close to that 100%
of the people that's supposed to be coming in. I know the plumbing inspectors' crews are going to be next in line of getting in there. So that's where we are there. HVAC pretty well 100% on that big project that we did up on the development center. So we're finalizing that. And on our emergency management and coroner and sheriff building, as coroner mentioned, we're knocking on the door within about the next month of that being completed. We have the plumbing fixtures was delivered Friday. Jeff McGuire and the trade school boys that are in his plumbing class will be finishing setting the fixtures as flooring gets completed. Some can be completed now, so we have that up there for them during this cold weather that they can be working on that. And the next line item that we discussed a little bit on the lighting at Burkesville Road and Siloam Road and Burkesville Road and Green Valley. We had talked about it a little bit more. We're going to get a little bit more information from Chuck Bishop. He's the Vice President of Engineering. A few more questions. I think we feel pretty comfortable, but not 100% to bring it before the court this morning. So we're going to try to meet with Chuck and get a few more details on some monthly billing after we do this project of where we really are monthly. We had a little confusion on that, so we'll get that straightened up and we'll get that back in our committee meeting next month. And really wasn't any other new business brought up, so that's all I have, Ms. Judge.
Okay, thank you. Next up is the Economic Development Committee. Mr. Gross, do you have anything? No, ma'am. Okay. Emergency Management Solid Waste Committee, Mr. Stinson, he's not here today. It was canceled as well. Jail Committee, Mr. Durham.
We met Friday, the 17th, 10 o'clock. We had just a few items we talked about, but the main item that we had to vote on today, Jailer Shirley brought up about the policies and procedures. They're updated every year, and they do need to be brought before the court and voted on. So we voted on that, and I am asking the court for approval for a motion on the new policies and procedures. But there's not enough change. Aaron said it stayed pretty much like it was. They do rewrite it every year, but that's all we had. But I would ask for a motion on that.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Do you have it?
I'll make the motion.
The motion's on the floor. Mr. Durham made the motion.
Oh, I second.
You second, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Kinslow seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
And that's all we had in the jail committee. I want to thank them. When we look at what the jail does for the county every year, it's a great asset to the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Parks and Rec Committee, Mr. Pettigo.
The Park and Rec Committee met Friday, January 17th at 11 a.m. at the Barren County Government Center. We discussed the mowing bids for 2025. The committee approved to start the mowing bids January 23rd. And the deadline for the mowing bids will be February 14th at 10 a.m. If anybody has any questions, to contact Chris Jennings. That's all I have.
All right. So, yeah, it's already been put to bid. The mowing contract has been, I think it's in the paper this Thursday. So if anyone's interested in bidding for the Jackie Browning mowing contract, I'd encourage you to look at the paper this Thursday. I think we're given until February the 14th for everyone to turn those bids in, so you have time to get that bid together. So just putting that out there. Okay. Next up, Transportation Committee.
Transportation Committee met on Friday the 10th down at the county barn. First of all, just like everybody else, I'd like to say thank you to the road department for the work they've done. The snow. Our only line of business was to, we'd put out some, we're trying to rotate our mowing tractors for the bush hogging every 3 to 4 years just to keep maintenance down. So we did get 3 bids. One of them didn't meet the specs, so the 2 that were actually discussed was a John Deere, which is a 5100E cab tractor. We're looking to trade our older John Deere in. Their bid was $74,500 with a trade-in value of $22,000 on the other tractor that we're trading in. Our other bid was from Ag Central for a Deutz 510 5G cab tractor. The bid on it was $68,900 with an allowance of $25,000 on the trade-in. As the committee, and I'd like to put in a form of motion, I'd like to make a motion that we take Ag Central's bid with, after the trade-in would be $43,900 versus John Deere at $52,500.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pettigo. Discussion. I will say this, did we check to see if we can, like, what I would rather purchase this in February, just my personal opinion, just because of the way the funding is?
Yes.
Okay, you did check on that? Everything was good? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we did.
Okay, that works. Then I'm fine with that. Okay, any more discussion?
Yeah, Tim, the total on the cost of the tractor, what did you say at the Ags?
After trade-in or before?
No, before.
68,900,
And then they're giving you,
25,000.
and then we're coming up with 43. I don't, am I looking at something wrong?
Must be
20,
43,900.
okay.
43,900 plus
Okay.
25,000, 68,900.
All right, I got it now. Thank you.
Since it's such a higher amount, we'll do a roll call vote on that.
Derek Pettigo,
Yes.
Tim Durham,
Yes.
Tim Coomer,
Yes.
Marty Kinslow,
Yes.
Brad Gross,
Yes.
Jeff Bott,
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
The only other thing I want to mention is, I think we have, we're looking to start leasing some of our dump trucks. We're going to try that with Enterprise starting this year. And I think, Carly, you told me the build date was going to be in March. Is that correct? They're going to start with the build date. And, if this works out good on our dump trucks, we might look into these mowing tractors in the next year to possibly leasing those and trying to keep down on maintenance. With today's technology, these tractors, you have to have, they're just not repairable in-house with our staff, and maybe that's something we need to discuss down the road, possible leasing of these also.
Yes.
That's all I have.
Yeah, that's great. I agree with that. I think, I think we're gonna try to do another spring auction as well, surplus auction, and maybe look to sell our paver as well. So that's coming up, so.
Well, and I wanted to add for anybody that wonders about the price and the cost, that the road department, I believe y'all did 5 mowing cycles last year. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of hours on the road every year, making the roads look good and be safe.
Yep. And we do all that in-house. Alan Cares asked me that the other day. The judge called me, asked me if we do our mowing in-house. And I said, yes, because the state only mows 3 times through their contracts with their private contractors, 3 times. That's all you get. And where by doing it in-house, we were able to do, like you said, the 5, so.
But don't get used to the 5 times. We
Don't
know
get
if
used to
we'll
it.
be able
No,
to
we
do
were
it.
lucky on that one, yes, yes.
We was kind of lucky here.
Yes, don't get used to it. 4, though. 4's better than 3. Come on, Okay, anything else on transportation?
No, sir. No,
Okay,
ma'am.
good, it's okay. All right, next up, need to approve the payment of claims as presented. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Durham,
Second.
second by Coomer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the transfer of funds. Any motion and a second?
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to acknowledge personnel actions as presented. I need a motion and a second.
Make the motion.
Okay, motion by Kinslow, second by Gross. Let me just make sure on my end, I just want to make sure we got it. Well, that's not on here, it is cleaning. Garland, cleaner is not on here, the new cleaner for the development center. Yeah. He's not on here. Yeah, there's one that's not on here, actually. Yeah, we have a cleaning person that's coming in, like basically just coming in 2 days a week to the development center. We had to add, how do we need to do that, though? Do we need to go back and make another motion?
Make an amendment, go ahead.
Make an amendment? Okay. We have to make a motion to amend it, and then have to go back and close out the other one.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so,
I'll make the motion to amend it, Judge.
okay, the motion's on the floor to amend it,
I will second it.
and the second's on the floor for Mr. Kinslow to amend the personnel actions, to add, it's, what's his, Corbin Murphy as part-time for cleaning on the development center. Okay, okay. And then we gotta close that out. The motion was by Gross, and the second was by Kinslow. Yeah. Now we're gonna vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, now we're back to the original. And we gotta vote on all of it together, yes. Okay, so now we're going back to approve the personnel actions as presented. I've already got the motion and the second on the floor. I need all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Next up, need to approve appointments to boards and councils as presented. I need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Durham. This is just reappointing Mr. Brian Brown to the Ambulance Service Taxing District Board. He has done an excellent job. He's the treasurer, and Brian, he's just phenomenal. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Next up, acknowledge Green River Valley Water District audit for June 30th, 2024 and 2023. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo. Second by Mr. Coomer, just acknowledging their audit. And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the adoption of the 2025 Barren County Employee Holiday Schedule. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Coomer.
Second.
Second by Mr. Pettigo. Pretty much it follows the state schedule, aside from the state schedule was only, it was really odd why they did it. Me and Helena sat down and looked at it. They were giving it Christmas, they did December 25th and 26th and didn't give Christmas Eve. So we thought that was really odd. So we pulled Election Day because there's not an election this year. And we're giving employees December 24th through the 26th off. So they'll have Christmas Eve, so they'll have the whole weekend for the holidays. Is that good with everybody? Makes more sense, correct? Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing that to my awareness. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All
Are
opposed?
we gonna take it back away when we get it next?
Yes, well, it changes every year. Yeah, this is just for this year. Yeah, this is just for 2025, yes. Okay, need to approve the adoption of the fiscal court meeting schedule for 2025. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion on the floor
Second.
by Pettigo, second by Botts. Okay, discussion on this. This is adding the second meeting in, correct? Huh? Okay, so basically, this was my suggestion of adding the additional day in for meetings. I think that we need 2 meetings a month for bill pay. And what I propose is the first Tuesday of the month be a Zoom meeting option so that you don't have to physically be here, but your face has to be visible on the Zoom to vote. That would be primarily our bill pay meeting, just a bill pay meeting unless there's something that comes up in between. So like, Sheriff, you have something come up and you need it done, and that can't wait till the next meeting, we can still add it in that meeting because it'll be a regularly scheduled meeting. But the primary focus of the second meeting will be bill pay. and we'll keep things going pretty consistent. So,
Department heads don't even have to come.
no, we will not do department head meetings on, the only time the department heads will speak will be at the in-person meeting on the third Tuesday. Do what? The packet? Yeah, she didn't have the attachment in there. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, it's the first, so basically the motion and second on the floor for the meeting schedule for 2025 for fiscal court would be the first Tuesday of every month would be the Zoom meeting option at 9 a.m. And then the third Tuesday would remain our regular scheduled in-person meeting. Okay? And I will help everyone with the Zoom option to be able to do it in case you have trouble doing that on your phone or your computer, so. All right.
We still can come here.
You still can come, yeah, we can still do that, but the Zoom option, I do want everybody to at least get to where you can do that in case something doesn't happen and you can do it on your phone. It's very simple. The first meeting of the month will be a quicker meeting, of course, than this meeting, so. All right, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. The next meeting, then, I'll correct that then. Remind me at the end, I need to correct the next meetings. That day will be different, okay? Approve the Barren County Conservation Office budget for fiscal year 2025 and 26. Need a motion and a second.
Make that motion, Judge.
Motion by Durham. Second by Coomer. In this agreement, or in their budget, we used to have two different line items for the animal, the turning in the dead animals, yeah. So basically, we now just pay you all, and you all handle the disbursements of that, which I do appreciate that. That is phenomenal. Thank you very much for that. Any other questions on that? We do have representation here.
Did he have anything?
Did you have anything you want to say?
Say to the,
No? Well, thank you. Yeah, come on up.
sure.
Again, I want to comment on the road department for doing a wonderful job also. And the court for providing the equipment for them to do that. The County Agricultural Improvement Project is funded through the state of Kentucky from the Tobacco Settlement Program. The allocation for Barren County in 2023 was $280,000 and $270,000 for year 2024. This money is available to farmers through an application process. The applications are then scored and graded according to state guidelines. Up to $3,000 is awarded after approved and completed projects. Another $20,000 is allocated from the tobacco settlement money for a similar program, Youth Agricultural Improvement Program, designated for youth engaged in farming. They may receive a maximum of $1,500. They have to be at least 9 years old to participate in that. Farmers also received $143,451 of state cost share funding for 2024. This money is for fencing, streams, cattle watering, feeding areas, manure handling systems, and many other projects. Another program for assisting farmers is Dead Animal Removal Program. Farmers are able to receive, upon presenting documentation, $70 each for up to 3 animals per year. Also, this year, the annual tree giveaway is scheduled for April 11th at the Barren County Conservation District office from 8 to 12 noon. Thank you very much for approving our budget.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Edwards.
you.
And you all, and that, to another note too, they actually helped us out with the project that we had at the park to get that completed with some trees, and we were able to be a part of that as well, so, thank you.
Well, glad to help all we can. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
I will tell y'all too, what they do with getting the animal checks out, I mean, that's a huge benefit to the court. When I first came in, the amount of checks that we were signing for those was crazy. So that's good that people are taking advantage of that program, you know?
It's a very good program.
It is.
And the state, assists on part of that. We have to match that grant with funds.
Yeah.
And usually it's over what the state funds and the matching grant also we have to add to it from our budget.
Well, thank you.
Great job.
All right, so we have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries. Next up, we're up to approve County Clerk Lynn Chase Burwell declining fiscal court clerk duties and appoint Shanda Bradley as the fiscal court clerk. Need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion by Durham, second by Coomer. This is just a procedure we have to do because Shanda is the fiscal court clerk. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Motion carries. Okay, we're going to, Helena, we're going to skip right. We're going to hold on that one, okay? We're going to hold on J, and we'll bring that back up at the next meeting. Approve the invoice from the Government Utilities Technology Service for tax bill preparation for $15,306.28. Need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion by Botts. Second by Comer. Any discussion? Is that here? Which one is that? Is it this? I don't know which department it came from. It's, clerks. Okay, got your clerks. Okay. Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from BrightGen for $52,829.11 for the Development Center lighting, okay? Not the jail.
Motion.
Okay, motion, let me tell you, motion by Botts.
Second.
Second by Kinslow. This is already approved. The invoice just came in, I think, a little bit higher than what we'd approved, because they had to do some additional works. The original invoice, the original amount that was approved bid-wise was $48,633.42, but the invoice now is $52,829.11 is the reason why we brought it back up. We just have to get it approved because it's higher than what was originally approved. So, motion and second on the floor. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from Norris Tactical for $8,118. I need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion, and by Mr., I'm completely lost, sorry, Mr. Durham.
Mr. Durham.
No, I'm sorry, I was getting, people are messaging me for other stuff coming up, sorry, Mr. Durham, I need a second. Second by Comer. Any discussion on that? I need all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from the Joint City County Planning Commission for $42,815. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Gross. Second by Comer. Kevin's here if he has any questions, but this is just our portion to help out with planning and zoning with the city, basically. Right, correct, yeah. Okay, anything else? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from K&K Insurance Group for $8,973.30 for the Babe Ruth League. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo.
Second.
Second by Botts. This is just our annual fees for the Babe Ruth League and for our insurance. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. I'm trying to get through this, sorry. Approve the invoice from Shaw's Body Shop for $12,164. Need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Motion by Durham,
Second.
second by Botts. Is this road department or is this sheriff? Okay, that's the sheriff's office. Okay, just normal Shaw's Body Shop bill. Any questions on this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the adoption of the execution order of emergency operations plan for 2025. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Who was that one? Was that you, Comer? Motion by Comer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. These are all just kind of things that have to be done. Need to approve the adoption executive order of affiliation for the rescue squad.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Pettigo,
Second.
second by Mr. Gross. Again, volunteer organization that does phenomenal things, and we've had great meetings about how much these people affect not just Barren County, but the entire region. So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Per the adoption, executive order for recognizing volunteer emergency management vehicles. Need a motion and a second.
Motion?
Okay, motion by Coomer, second by Botts. Any discussion on this?
Yeah, I'd like
Okay,
someone just kind of explain.
Go ahead.
Exactly. I think I know, but I
Yeah.
think everybody needs to know.
So KRS 189 and KRS 39 both reference volunteer vehicles. And specifically, like volunteer fire departments have to have an authorization from that department. This is allowing the emergency management volunteers authorization from the court to run lights and sirens on their personal vehicles. It's more of a liability thing that you all are recognizing emergency management vehicles under KRS 189, I think 910.
Thank you.
that's it.
And it's something we're already doing. This is just paperwork on liability.
Right.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, next up, Discuss amphitheater design costs. This is not going to take long because I did get a bid in. I only got one bid in. I've got the cost. I'm going to try to get some state funding to pay for that, but I need to get some stuff done with some counties beside of us to sign a resolution to deem it a regional. And if I can get that done, then I'll bring it back up for approval to proceed. Does that sound okay with you all?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So I'm not asking for any money today on that. So next up, we need to seek bids for the Agriculture Exposition Design Center architect and design fees. So this is the, motion and a second before I can discuss.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Kinslow,
Second.
second by Gross. So this is the Ag Expo Center project. So the Senate and the House last year in the budget gave me $1 million in Barren County for multi-county projects. This is deemed a multi-county project because the Hart County Fiscal Court's already signed a resolution deeming it a regional project. So they gave us $1 million to pursue these projects to get all the kind of preliminary stuff done so that once we get the opportunity to go after funds, we have it ready to go. We already have a study that's been done and paid for. Now it's just getting moved into that. We have Mayor Hatcher here as well. This project will be an Ag Expo Center attached to the current convention center that's over there. It'll be a big deal for that area. And Mr. Shell and I have talked about it very extensively, and he is in huge support of the project and even some projects he wants to even bring here that's not being held in this area that he wants to bring here. And so basically today I'm just asking that can we put this thing to bid for the design and architect fees? We'll get those in, and then we'll have to basically to get the $1 million from that they put in the budget for Barren County for multi-county projects. I have to submit to them a plan and basically the bids and everything like that, and then it will be paid for. This is not going to cost anything to the county. So that's where we're at. Mr. Hatcher, do you have anything?
I just might add, thank you for the opportunity. And I'm very excited about this project. It's one that takes a while, and the work that's been done in the support of the judge, and it's truly going to be a regional project with a lot of the neighbors already on board, and just thankful for you all and the backing that supported this. You know, yeah, that location, but it's not only Barren County, but this entire region. It'll be a great asset for all of us.
And the study proved it. Yeah, the study, it did prove, that there is a need and that it will be a big-time economic opportunity for the area. So basically, we just had a motion and a second on the floor to seek the bids. So we'll put bids for architect and design fees out for the area or regional Ag Expo Center that will be located in Cave City. We already have the renderings done. Now it's just going into the design and architect fees. So
Motion.
that's already on. We got a motion second on the floor. I just need all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. All right. So we're moving forward to that. Closing remarks. The only thing we did not do today, that just to make sure we do it, is we did not vote on the we voted on the actual orders of the day, but we didn't actually do the adoption of the orders motion. So I just need a motion to accept the adoption of the orders of the day. Motion by Coomer, second by Durham. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Did you get that? Okay. So now with our new meeting schedule, the next fiscal court meeting will be the first Tuesday it'll be a regularly scheduled meeting in February. The first Tuesday will be a Zoom option meeting. It'll be February the 4th at 9 a.m. Central Time. So make sure and put down your schedules, magistrates, to be on the Zoom then. I would say meetings like that may run 10, 15 minutes at the max. So media, if you want to be on there, don't get on there late because you might miss it. Then after that, the regularly scheduled in-person meeting will be February the 18th. So everybody make sure you note that. February 4th, 9 a.m. will be the next fiscal court meeting, but it'll be a Zoom option. So make sure EPB knows that as well. And anything else? Anything else? 14 minutes over, I'm sorry. I tried to get out of here by 10, but it just didn't happen today. So, okay, I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo. Second by Coomer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.